What if I told you one man could change the internet, reinvent space travel, disrupt the automotive industry, and still find time to tweet memes? Wild, right? That man is Elon Musk. Today, we journey through 5 gripping chapters, a story of risk, genius, power, chaos, and impact. This is not your typical rags to riches tale. It's a high voltage leadership saga, and by the end, you'll decide, was Prime Elon Musk a bold visionary or a reckless gambler rewriting reality? Let's begin. Part 1. Origins. The obsession begins. Born in Pretoria, South Africa, Musk was the definition of awkward. A quiet kid, obsessed with books, a target for bullies. Instead of fighting back, he escaped into pages, devouring 2 books a day, physics, philosophy, sci-fi. Elon wasn't dreaming of being a hero. He was plotting how to build the world of tomorrow. While you were reading Harry Potter, Elon was reading How to Colonize Mars on a Budget. Seriously? He taught himself basic programming at age 10, sold his first video game code at 12, but his real obsession? Systems, scale, survival. After leaving South Africa, he studied physics and economics in Canada and the US, never finishing a PhD at Stanford. Why? He dropped out after just 2 days to chase the internet boom. He co-founded Zip2, sold it for $300 million, then X.com, which became PayPal, sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. Elon's cut? $180 million. Most people buy an island. Elon buys 3 ticking time bombs. Tesla, SpaceX, Solar City. He wasn't just dreaming of changing the world. He was calculating it, engineering it, and pushing every limit to build it faster. Why? Because he didn't want to be rich. He wanted to be remembered. He wasn't building companies. He was building a legacy, or preparing for extinction. The world, to him, was one crisis away from collapse. And he believed the only way to survive was to evolve. Part 2, Prime, Decisions Under Fire. Welcome to Prime Elon. The world's in recession. Wall Street is burning. Tesla is weeks from bankruptcy. SpaceX has had 3 rocket failures. Friends telling him to cash out, cut losses, walk away. But Elon, he mortgaged his homes, borrowed from friends, and pumped his last $20 million into SpaceX. Cliffhanger. The 4th Falcon 1 launch. The world's watching. If it fails, it's game over. Spoiler? It succeeded, and NASA handed him a $1.6 billion contract the next day. It was a Cinderella story. With rocket fuel. Let's break down 3 decisions that defined Musk's war room leadership style. 1. Micromanagement as an art form. Musk doesn't just steer the ship. He rebuilds it mid-ocean. He sleeps under his desk, rewrites code, hand-inspects parts. An engineer once said, "He knows more about what I'm doing than I do, and that's terrifying." Imagine your CEO correcting your circuit board layout at 3 a.m. 2. Deadlines of doom. When an engineer told him a task would take 6 months, Musk said, "Do it in 6 weeks or I'll do it myself." Guess what? They did. His weapon? Urgency. His secret? Public pressure plus private obsession equals innovation. But the cost? Burnout, turnover, even breakdowns. 3. Hiring misfits. No MBAs, no fluff, just raw execution. He doesn't care about credentials. Only one thing. Can you solve impossible problems fast? He once asked an applicant a physics riddle in an interview. not for the answer, but to see how they thought. His culture was brutal. People quit. Others thrived. But those who stayed changed the world. Then came the impossible timeline era. Musk announced bold deadlines: full autonomy by 2020, Mars by mid-2030s, and 1 million robo-taxis. Each time, critics laughed. Yet each time he delivered just enough progress to keep hope and hype alive. Investors called it hype. Believers called it vision. Reality? Somewhere in between. But no one could deny the momentum. Part 3. Impact. The power of vision. Let's zoom out. Musk didn't just launch rockets and electric cars. He launched movements. Tesla made electric cool. Suddenly, the nerds in garages were beating century-old automakers. SpaceX didn't just reduce costs, it inspired a new generation of space lovers. It reignited humanity's dream of interplanetary life. Starlink changed how wars were fought. Think Ukraine, where Starlink became the digital lifeline. Neuralink, controversial as it is, planted the seed for merging man with machine. Even the Boring Company, digging tunnels under LA, wasn't just about traffic. It was a metaphor. Musk doesn't avoid problem, he digs under them. He forced industries to move faster, forced policymakers to rethink rules, forced us to ask, what's actually possible if we drop the fear and beyond tech? He made risk cool again. Part 4. Consequences. The fire behind the genius. But every revolution has its backlash. Inside Tesla factories, reports of burnout, high expectations, an intense pace flooded out. Some employees described it as inspiring, others soul-crushing. Journalists called him erratic, regulators called him dangerous, employees called him relentless, SEC fined him, Twitter mocked him, but fans idolized him. He courted controversy like a magnet. From joking about baby names to insulting rescue divers to firing employees mid-meeting. Was it strategy, ego, or just overload? The truth, Musk doesn't compartmentalize. His mind, electric. His life, exposed. His power, unchecked. And that's why people are both afraid and in awe of him. Because when someone breaks every rule and still wins, it forces us to ask, were the rules ever right? And if Musk fails, the price isn't just financial, it's psychological. Because we believed in the myth, and when myths fall, they don't go quietly. Part 5. The New Frontier. Musk's latest moves. Just when you think Elon's script couldn't get bolder, he adds more pages. He launches XAI, not to compete with ChatGPT, but to outscale it with TruthGPT, an AI that doesn't lie, doesn't filter, just thinks. He positions it as humanity's last defense against biased intelligence. He merges this with X, formerly Twitter, turning the platform into a blend of real-time news, AI search, crypto payments, and identity verification. Think WeChat meets Bloomberg meets GPT, a digital civilization under Musk's command. Meanwhile, Optimus, the Tesla bot, takes baby steps in real-world applications. It's learning and it's walking into the workforce. And then there's Grok, the AI sidekick for your online life, Musk's version of HAL, but with more sass and fewer murder protocols. Together, these tools aren't just products, they're extensions of Elon's mind. He's not just building companies, he's building an ecosystem, an empire, a digital dominion. So as the next wave of tech rises, LLMs, AGI, robotics, one thing is certain, Elon Musk is betting not just on the future, but on owning the operating system of reality. So, visionary or villain, genius or chaos engine, would you work for someone like Musk? Would you follow someone who dares this much? Comment below, Elon, architect or anarchist. Like, subscribe, hit that bell. Because here at Power Play of Leaders, we don't just watch history, we analyze the people who write it. See you in the next power move.